G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the south side of the map, playing as the Abbasid dynasty in red. Representing Team Liquid, it is the Muslim. And on the north side of the map, playing in the blue as the Mongols, representing Izzy Esports, it's Marine Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 4 in this series. It could very well be the last one. This is a best of 5, the grand final for the weekly that's just past us for the road to Red Bull Wallalol. These two guys have already qualified for the main event, and at this point, they're pretty much just playing for prize money. I guess you could say the weekly's got a little bit of prize money that you can, I say a little bit, it's thousands of dollars that you can win each week, depending on whether you win the grand final or whether you don't win the grand final, all that good stuff. But these guys obviously going to be trying to win. There's also bragging rights on the line as well, important to remember. Now we've got a pretty cool matchup for you guys, one that we've seen many a time before. A little bit of a wild Gur up here to the north, just doing some exploring. We'll do a little bit of a rating of Marine Lord's spawn. You can already tell that he's going to be moving for an aggressive opening here, just simply because the Gur's not on the gold, and it's quite a heavy bit of wood. Just the barracks going to be coming down. So it's an Abbasid versus Mongol game, one that we've seen, I guess, a few times in the past, and it seems to come up on these open maps. The Mongols here, I guess they've always got a pretty difficult time with the Abbasid, but the key factor for them is just going to be delaying that second TC, and I think it's going to be quite a good little spot back here for Marine Lord. Probably one of the worst spawns I've ever seen for a Mongol tower rush. I'm sure you guys all see it. You put one tower right here. Good night, good night, good night, and good night. It is good night to all 4 resource nodes in the back of the base. You couldn't ask for a worse spawn than what we've got right here for the Muslim. And I know that it seems weird, right? Because he's got 4 back resources all together. Well, yeah, they're back resources, but they're all together. that's the terrible part. So, look, good luck to the Muslim in this position. He's going to have to play interestingly, let's just say that much. I wouldn't be surprised, like, honestly, just send 3 or 4 vills out here, just leave them on stone, add your second TC, add your third TC from that, and then just sort of leave them be. But for the moment, we do see double spearmen coming out. We'll take a look at Marine Lord and see how he does. Now, keep in mind, Marine Lord, he's probably going to come in on this position. He's going to scout the berries. He's going to say, well, hold on a minute. There's no villagers on the berries, no mill, so I'm not going to bother there. There is a wood line here, and to be honest, I mean, this is obviously a really good spot to start getting set up, but, you know, the worst part is he could just daisy chain outposts all the way from here to here to here, and then eventually, once he finds this spot, oh my lord, this is the mother lode down here. Marine Lord does see the enemy TC, though. You can see the wood starting to stack up as the villager moving out across the map with the spears. You can see how the Khan moves over on the left side of the base and the units over on the right side. Just because he knows, you know, if he knew where he wanted to go, he'd be moving them very quickly over towards that left side. But for the moment, he spots the double stone. This could be it straight away. He could just come right around towards this position. We'll watch and see how he does it. But I tell you what, this is oh my lord! And he sees the double gold as well. Let's see if deletes the mining camp. Okay, respect coming out right there, and you can see Marine Lord. He's not bothering. He's like, nah, don't worry. I don't want your wood line. You can keep your wood line. I'm just gonna be getting up. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna get here. Let's see. Okay, he goes for the triple to start us off with. I think he might. Oh no, there we go. He gets it. I'd be going like right here. I reckon this is the good spot. You could get the stone outcropping. All right. Well, you guys have all seen the infamous movie 2 Girls, 1 Outpost. Well, I introduce you to 4 stone. Well, what should I say? 4 mines, 1 outpost. I think that's really, I mean, you know what? We got to take off all the UI here. We got to get a nice little screenshot of this bad boy. This is dirty stuff right here. This is really terrible stuff. This is stuff that your mum doesn't want you to see. Let's just put it that way. Feudal age now come through for the Muslim. He's aging up. He's got no axe. I can't believe this of all the maps. We got it looks like a bit of a bunker bust maybe coming in. So bunker bust going to be getting pulled here. The Muslim going to be pulling all the villagers. Look at this. Just when you thought it. All right, yeah, we're going in. We're going in deep, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. He's looking to try and break it. Let's see how he goes, the villager versus... I'm losing my mind right now. This is hilarious. Villager going to go down. Villager does go down. Villager loses its life. Outpost still remains up, though. That's the big factor for the moment. Spears have come in. He's going to be able to send another villager across the map. As long as he finishes this outpost, doesn't matter. Archers now coming out. He needs to try and find that villager on the way. He knows that the Muslim should know from here on in that there is going to be a villager on the way. And that he needs to find it, intercept it. That's going to be the big factor. He's going to try and force back these spears, but they're not really achieving much at this point. Scout, no. Scout needs to go across the map. He needs to do this. But we do indeed. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, the Muslim doing the right thing. To be honest, he doesn't even really care about this so much. As long as he's got this stone mine, it's going to guarantee that he's able to get a second TC, a third TC. He can fight this in feudal. He doesn't even need gold. I mean, realistically, all you need gold for is obviously that fresh foodstuffs. He's got that. You want your wheelbarrow as well, but he doesn't even have a mill yet, so he's not too fussed about that. The big thing, though, is those town centers. That's what's really going to matter. So, look, even if this outpost does get up, it's not going to be terrible. Khan now moving out over on the east side of the map. We'll see where that villager is and whether... Hold on. There it is. It's coming in now. I thought he might have pulled it back. And now the villager going to be moving in. Doesn't actually get the extra movement speed. We see the maneuver arrow going to be applied to the spearman only. He's about to get the outpost. You can see him trying to get in there on that outpost. Spearman actually going down. Villager going to have to be held back for the moment, unfortunately. We can see that you got to remember that in the event that the outpost does get up, the Muslim can just look to bust it once again. I think he's going to be successful in the hold. And the question is, has Marine Lord done enough damage? At this point in time, we can see he's actually stacking up quite a bit of wood. So he could be even thinking about a second town center here. We do see that he's got a stable up, so we could be potentially thinking about a double. A horseman opening this! The horseman coming in right now! Oh my lord, those horseman timings were damn well beautiful. That was amazing. The outpost still standing right now. And remember, it's been sieged this entire time. It's under construction, and he's trying his best to deal with it, but unfortunately the outpost is going to get up and it's going to start getting repaired. The villager's under attack. He's on 30 health. The villager going to go down and the outpost is going to burn to the ground. Rest in peace, you sweet little prince. Unfortunately, it was a very nice attempt by Marine Lord. Oh my lord, I tell you what, 4 mines and an outpost. I thought the ending would go a little bit differently, but it turns out the money shot wasn't as good as it seemed. Hey, look, I'm just glad you can't get... I'm glad you can't get demonetized from innuendos. Let's just say that much. YouTube, the algorithm's not that good at picking up the innuendos, I suspect, unless it's manually reported. In which case, oi, don't report this. Don't report this video. All right. Well, second TC now coming up for the Muslim. Things looking good for him over here. He's got these villagers still over here to potentially get down this stone outcropping. It's a great TC spot that he's chosen though. Right on top of the deer. Also protects these berries somewhat. It's always going to be the possibility of a Mongol player making his way through. I will double check on the other side of the map and see whether that second town center has come down through for Marine Lord just yet. It doesn't seem like it, but now be coming up the front. Do we have a potential town center rush on the cards here? Geez, just when I thought, you know, four mines, 1 tower was the go-to. It seems like we might... I mean, this is just a very forward town center. That's the only thing that concerns me. And he could just go plonk this down right on top of the enemy TC. There's not much you can do about that. But now it's going to be forcing those villagers off the gold mine once again. The Muslim going to be dropping down that mill. You can see he wants that wheelbarrow. He needs that wheelbarrow. Let's see if he's going to be able to do it. It looks like he will. The Khan's going to continue moving around, skating around, looking to try and find out. And now, the thing for Marine Lord is, okay, at this point in time, he's like, well, I've done a really good job. Both of the stones haven't been taken. He doesn't know about this large stone outcropping over here, but he's about to find out because obviously there's a second TC, and he's like, nah. He just knows. He's like, yep, you're sneaky boy. You went for a sneaky stone camp somewhere, and I couldn't find. I didn't find it. I couldn't spot it. He spots it now, though. The stone outcropping does indeed get spotted. Horseman moving out. The mass is up to 3 for the moment, and it looks like for the moment Marine Lord just going to be working on it. Look at this, survival techniques coming in. Imagine if it was improved survival techniques. That'd be wild. You wouldn't spend it. I mean, it's only 100 stone. Yeah, can we see an improved survival techniques meta come in? That would be nice. How about improved wheelbarrow? Yeah, it's only an extra +2. It doesn't seem that good. It doesn't seem that good. Takes you from 15 to 17, and you know how my OCD is. Yeah, it wouldn't allow it. It wouldn't allow it, but we'll check in now over on the other side of the map as Marine Lord looks to begin positioning himself for potential castle age. Obviously, he's got the second TC up, so he's going to be pumping out villagers, going to be able to keep up with that economy. You can see 33 versus 35 villagers at the moment. Obviously, he lost both or 2 villagers that did come forward here in that attack. But now still just jostling with the horsemen. Archer's doing a great job of just sort of buying a little bit of distance here. Still going for just archers and not into camels. He's got a heavy amount of villagers on wood, but we've really yet to see a bunch of it come through. I suspect it's going to be a longer feudal, as now we've got a barracks coming up for Demuslim. Not something that I expected. I was expecting a horseman camel to probably be the way that he goes, but perhaps his concern is a bit more with the castle age timing here of Marine Lord. We'll ride on board with Marine Lord and see how he's doing. Indeed, he is thinking about that Castle Age. 9 villagers on gold. He's got his macro all worked out. He's going to be adding in a couple more villagers as well. Dropping down an outpost. Look how fast those damn villagers go. That's the combination. The wheelbarrow together with the Yam network. Absolutely beautiful. Still coming around. Beautiful little posturing that he's doing with this. And just, this is all you need, right? Like, you don't need anything more than this. Now, going to be able to head in onto the wood line. Marine Lord forcing those villagers idle. 15 villagers in total. Finish off that lumber camp. I was going to say that mining camp. It's a lumber camp. Bit of long distance mining here on the deer. This one's unfortunately gotten a little bit too far away. He's got another one in here. You've got to be careful not to scare these bad boys off. They will get quite spooked. You know, typically, it can be hard getting them all around the TC there, but Marine Lord, look at this. Beautiful little patrols coming in, spotting out the enemy units here. And there's quite a lot of units here for Muslim, but obviously up against the Mongols, they've got the agency, they've got the control. So you just got to kind of sit back and just got to kind of take it, really. Jeez, it's been one of those casts, hasn't it? All right, well, we see an archery range coming up. So it's going to be double archery range, double racks, and a single stable for the moment. Camel Arch is also going to be coming out. Gosh, they look like Zambaraks, the way they carry their bow on the left side like that. It kind of looks like a rifle or a gun to me. But now we've got a counter-attack on the gold mine. The Muslim got to be careful. Marine Lord going to be aging up. It's going to be the step out on the gold mine. No surprises there. And now Marine Lord, once again, just going to be applying pressure here. We did see a villager go down. Village count 45 versus 47. Marine Lord keeping up with the Muslim here. Going to be going up a fair bit earlier as well. The Muslim nowhere near aging up. But remember, he does have... I would argue that he does have a composition that he can play into the Castle Age. Obviously, Phalanx Spearmen together with Camels, very, very potent against Lancers. We've seen that already in this series, in the previous game. So that's definitely going to be one of your options. Your main issue that you're going to have is against those men-at-arms, as well as the Springwood emplacements on the outpost. That's where it starts to get really difficult to deal with. But we do now see our first of the battering rams coming down. Not sure exactly how much the Muslim spotted out, but obviously he knows the enemy's got buildings somewhere. Battering ram going to make a lot of sense to get it. And villagers doing a little bit of a curious path. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but Marine Lord manages to spot it out. Spearman, horseman, camel, everybody getting in a little bit of damage on those horsemen. But they all managed to make it out alive, so impressive stuff there. Khan going to be doing the same thing. I take it back. There was a single horseman that did go down. Age 3 now coming through. We're right on board with Marine Lord as it's double men-at-arm production. Double Lancer production now coming out for him as well. So going quite heavy with those units. We also see double archery range, so it's probably going to be a heavy veteran archer play here. That's my suspicion, and it makes a lot of sense. Veteran archers for the Mongols, incredibly strong, just because of the Yam network, and that enables them to just kite and kite and kite for days. So if you can get a decent mass of archers up, it can definitely play out for you. But we've got a second ram that is now complete. A third ram going to be also under construction now here. The Muslim looking to put on the pressure in the second age. It's going to be that classic feudal all-in that we are witnessing right now. And I love a good feudal all-in like this. We actually saw this in the very first game in this series. We did see a pretty big feudal all-in from the Muslim, and it looks like he's looking to replicate that same success here with the Abbasid dynasty up against the Mongols. Got to be careful not to let these rams get too far ahead. If you do, the Lancers are going to be incredibly effective against them. That 36 ranged or 36 charge damage is going to be so damn good up against these rams. Scout does go down. Plenty of units here, though. He's sitting on about 30 units. Going to fall back towards the second town center. Uvu gets depleted. Not a good time. And the second town center just under fire. He's failed to move it away from this position. Going to be losing that second TC. Obviously, he manages to fall back, though. Spearman also looking pretty decent on the front line. Horseman looking to try and get some stabs in for the moment. And now the villagers might have to get called here just to help out with the battering ram. 15 units inside that town center. It's going to be villagers pumping out non-stop arrows onto the spearmen underneath the TC. Battering rams continue to attack the town center down. We enter into the cinematic mode as the villagers do indeed get pulled. He's trying his best to hold on this defense with Lancers, as well as the men-at-arms just doing a very decent job of cleaning it up. The consequence of going for this feudal pressure is that the Mongols have got such a great response with regard to that feudal pressure, and it is just going to be double production, double men-at-arms, double Lancers, and that's what makes it so damn difficult to deal with. Marine Lord holds. Town center for the moment is burning. He puts it over a little bit too close to the gold mine for my liking. Now it continues burning down. Prayer tent also going to get dropped. 5 relics on the map, 2 of them over on the enemy side. 1 of them central, another 2 on his own side. But now we see more units continuing to move out across the map. A little bit of a raid coming through. Muslim going to be aging up. Now, one of the big things, one of the huge mistakes that Abbasid players do during the Castle Age transition is they save up their money for Castle Age units. This is a huge no-no when you're playing the Abbasid dynasty. Do not save your money for Castle Age units. You must keep making units. Do not stop making units. If you stop making units, you will die. So hopefully the Muslim here, I mean, he's an absolute pro, so he's going to know that. We can see now it is indeed that veteran archer push that we talked about coming out from Marine Lord. He's looking to apply some pressure here. He's got +1 ranged attack so far. You can see there's quite a bit of resources stacked up here. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned. He's got a stable. Looking to add in 2 more. Ideally, you'd love to see some horsemen coming out right now. He's got plenty of resources for it. Probably a little bit too much gold for the moment. Manages to take down a couple of lances on the backside. Khan also standing here as well. Phalanx upgrade, is it through? Is it through? The Phalanx upgrade is through, so these guys should be able to defend pretty well on the front line. Archers at the same time doing a decent job. Let's see if the villagers are going to get in on the combat as well. We'll enter into the cinematic mode once again, as we've got ourselves a little bit of a problem. We've got ourselves a little bit of the problem. The villagers are just absolutely mauling through this position now. Absolutely taking them to school. He's capitalized on this. It looks like the position here is going to be great for him. Villagers now return to the woodline. He's going to be A-okay. We'll bring the UI back in once again. We'll check in with the Muslim. He's sitting at the moment on 64 villagers up against the 65 of Marine Lord. The main difference now going to be those relics, and we can see and hear them and smell them being picked up all across the map. 2, 3, 4. The one close to the main base of Marine Lord has indeed been picked up. And he also manages to do a decent job in defending up against those men-at-arms. So one of the things about the Abbasid spears is they can actually do quite well up against men-at-arms, just simply because there's so many of them and they can stab further than any other stabbing unit in the game. A little bit of a wall, quick wall, I guess you could call it, coming through now for the Muslim. We'll ride on board with him as the upgrades begin to come through. He's looking for textiles. He's also going to be getting preservation of knowledge. Obviously, it only takes 30 seconds to research now. Back in the day, it used to take, geez, it must have been 90 seconds or something ludicrous. But now, at least, it's a little bit shorter. But the one problem that you might have, even though it reduces the cost of the technologies down by 30%, it is that this technology is delaying your upgrades. We can see he's just spamming out units at the moment. It's crossbows, it's lancers, so definitely the right choice, but so many resources stacked up here. It looks like he's ready to go towards another castle age himself, despite having aged up. And now veteran archers going to be finding out the villagers on the south side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 villas going down. 7 villas going down. 8 villas going to go down. Now we've got the lancers or knights going to be moving in towards these veteran archers. Should be able to clean it up, but we see another villager go down. There's just so many villagers going down. Now the villager's going to return back to the berry bushes, deciding that there wasn't enough villagers being massacred. They needed more being massacred now. Unable to get this wall up over on the east side. Marine Lord has put on the pressure. He's taken out plenty of villas. 73 for Marine Lord, 60 for the Muslim. A 13 villager difference, and the big factor here is going to be those relics as well. He's managed to sneak away a couple of very important relics, including the closest relic to the enemy base. And look at this prayer tent coming out onto the map. He's going to need to get himself a second prayer tent, though. This one is stocked and stacked full. It's got 3 relics in it, as you guys know. You now need a second monastery, second prayer tent, a second whatever your building is, to get the 4th and 5th relic into their hidey holes. It's a nice little buff that they gave to civilizations that don't like to contest the relics, because that was very much the dominant strategy. Beautiful archer mass now coming out here from Marine Lord. I'd love to see from the Muslim a mangonel dropped down shortly, and I suspect that's probably what we're going to get. He's got a beautiful amount of spears in here, and the spears are going to be perfect to deal with any kind of knight pressure. So mangonel is probably going to be the way that he goes, and now it's going to evolve a bit more into a siege. At least my suspicion is it should evolve into a little bit more of a, what is this unit? What is this unit? A camel rider? Oh, the Muslim. What are you doing? Come on, don't throw like that. Camel riders aren't going to be working. Also, I'd love a mangonel out right now. That would at least, that would create a whole lot of havoc right now for Marine Lord. But now Marine Lord on the defensive, we can see he's only got 4 men-at-arms, 17 veteran archers. To be honest, not a whole lot going for him over on this side. Production, he's got a few units in queue. And now we look for another attack coming through. Marine Lord's going to try his best to hold on in this position. We see the attack speed getting fired off. Imam coming out as well, or rather Shaman coming out, going to be looking to do a bit of healing. He's kiting back non-stop. He's got crossbows. He's got the archers. He's got I thought I saw a men-at-arm in there, but he's going to continue just kiting underneath these town centers. Town centers firing out non-stop arrows. Keep in mind, he's got the villager lead. He's also got the relic lead. We can see he's up to 4 relics at the moment. Look at the kiting that's just coming in from Marine Lord. Absolutely beautiful. The consequence of playing without that mangonel is that now all of a sudden, when you force a fight like this, your enemy can just kite you eventually, and you can't pressed the issue. And now Marine Lord has completely wound down De Muslim. He's left with absolutely nothing to show for. And now good game's going to get called. Marine Lord is going to be your victor with a 3-1 victory here in the grand finals over De Muslim. Fellas, if you've enjoyed this game, make sure this weekend you check out EGC TV. I'll leave a link in the description as always. And of course, 15 GMT Saturday, Sunday. Be there or be square. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.